joined with Nicki Sun. Hello, welcome!
Hi! And welcome to TechNicki Speaking by Nicki Sun. Nicki Sun here to talk about the Arlo Pro 4 Spotlight camera. The best part, a PC so custom. It has my logo on it.
Samsung reached out and I was able to create my directorial debut.
NAB show spokesperson Nicki Sun.
Would you do it again?
For
Absolutely.
You're zooming in on me. And at the same time, I have no director or cameraman.
Right now, you're like Asian Daenerys in my mind.
I've always been the mother of cameras.
I'm surprised I still fit it.
When other women see us in front of the camera, they're inspired to do it too.
Let's go.
Nicki is an amazing entrepreneur / content creator / female director / cinematographer / Asian ambassador.
She's talking about choosing the right camera for the job.
Woo!
If one person says seeing you do this inspires me to even get into the field, that makes my day. I've done my job.
We are joined with Nicki.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of TechNicki Speaking. I'm your host, Nicki Sun, and it is Giving Tuesday. Before I even start about what we're talking about today, I just want to give a huge shout out to some really amazing, incredible individuals in the comment section. So shout out to Aaron Parecki. Aaron Parecki is truly the person who has taught me everything about the YOLOBox Pro, to be honest, in addition to his brand and company PK1, which supplies all the 3D printing products for the cages of the YOLOBox as well as the A10 Mini. I want to give a shout out to Don as well for joining the chat. I see him every single stream. And hello to Frederick Van Johnson. Frederick just created, I wouldn't say just created, but his podcast, TWIP, This Week in Photo, just got acquired by SmugMug, and so it's really truly amazing to see all the people that he's highlighted on his podcast to give the filmmaking and tech community and the photographer community that much more shine in the world. So hello to all my special individuals who are in the chat. If you're joining for the first time, have no idea what's going on, today is a live stream, a very special live stream where all the proceeds from tonight, and that's right, as a disclaimer, everything you purchase through my links, I receive a small commission and it helps support my channel at no additional cost to you. However, today, because it is Giving Tuesday, I wanted to donate all those proceeds to my charity and nonprofit of choice, the Asian American Donor Program. AADP has been a huge resource and support to my family when my dad was going through cancer, specifically non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And if you don't know anything about the bone marrow registry, there is a national organization. However, the Asian American Donor Program seeks to encourage and increase the amount of multi-ethnic donors on the registry, so everybody has a fair shot and the same shot of saving a patient's life with a threatening diseases such as leukemia or other cancerous diseases. So even if you can't donate monetarily today, I would love for you to just possibly consider joining the bone marrow registry, or if you know somebody who is of multi-ethnic nature and we need to increase the registry, sign up at aadp.org, AsianAmericanDonorProgram.org, to see how you can possibly save a life as well. Yay, cool, awesome. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you in the chat as well. I just want to let you know I'm also, due to YOLOBox Pro, which I'll be talking about more, I'm able to live stream not only to Amazon but also on Facebook and YouTube. However, if you're tuning in on YouTube and Facebook, one, I appreciate you, but the greatest way of tuning into this live stream is through Amazon, because if you're new for the first time and you don't know what's going on, when you watch it through Amazon, you're able to log into your Amazon Prime account or your Amazon account, and you're able to chat in the comment section. So that's where I'm seeing all my wonderful friends in the comments. Also, when you're viewing it on a mobile device, you'll see everything that I'm talking about at the bottom of your phone. And if you are mirroring me via full HDMI cord or telecasting or Bluetooth, whatever you have you on the TV or your computer screen, everything that I'm clicking on today will be on the left side of your screen. So I see all the love in there. Aaron and Frederick and Kevin and Dawn are in the chat. So yes, if you're joining here, hello, hello, hello. Today is really interesting. I just want to check to see if my thing works really quickly. But yeah, I just want to see if this works because I know there's a little delay on here. But yeah, I'm here too. So I have 2 cameras set up today. This is the HDMI 1 though, my full camera. In honor of Giving Tuesday and the fact that I've been upgrading my live streaming setup as I go, I thought why not also give with knowledge and hopefully value to those who are wanting to start your own live stream, maybe give you a sneak behind the curtains of how I utilize and set up my live stream, give you some ideas for your own. I will say I have accumulated all this gear over the past 10 years, but most recently a lot of this live streaming gear within the past year. So I will say live streaming is an investment. I am not trying to be a live stream advisor saying get into it now, buy everything in my carousel. No, that's not what I'm here for. My show serves to be part educational as well. So it's not purely sell, sell, sell. However, if there was one day to purchase anything for your live streaming setup, that would be today. Again, all proceeds go to my charity of choice, my nonprofit of choice, the Asian American Donor Program. So let's get to it. I'm going to talk about everything that you see here in my live stream setup. All right, so right now, the YOLObox Pro, they had a huge deal this past Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and I believe right now you're able to still get the deal. So if you are a live streamer looking for an all-in-one multi-cam live streaming setup, it's also an encoder, recorder, and monitor. The YOLObox Pro is something you might want to look at. And just a heads up, I am utilizing the YOLObox Pro right now. I want to cut to a different angle, but this right here is my YOLObox Pro. It sits really pretty right on top. Let me move this out of the way. This is my wireless keyboard where I have my iPad there, but this is the YOLObox Pro. It sits right on my desk and it is able to sit so pretty because shout out to Aaron in the comments, but they have created this mold of the 3D cloud printed that is specifically for the YOLObox Pro. As you can see, it's beautiful. It's red or black. It comes in red or black. You can get it on Amazon as well, or there's a links in my bio where you can go straight to their website. But it allows the YOLObox to sit at a 45-degree angle because without the cage, the YOLObox would be sitting flat on the table and then I would have to look over and click everything that I'm doing versus being able to see it when I'm standing. So that is a really awesome way to set up your YOLObox to provide that professional rig. In addition, the YOLObox does not come with embedded shoe mounts, correct? So the shoe mounts, I will say, allow you to add additional external audio devices, lighting devices if you want to. Right now I have my Ceramonic Blink 500 B2 wireless audio kit that I'm utilizing and I'm able to sync it here. I did remove my overhead camera because I wanted to fully show you my full like live stream desk setup today, and that's why I pulled out. I also have my Axoon a transmitter, so I'll also be able to take my second camera, this camera right here, off of its tripod and bring you around this table to show you exactly what I have and what I'm looking at on this side. I know it's a little intrusive, might be a little too transparent, so just letting you know that you'll be able to see everything, but I'm all about transparency because I really want to help you all learn how to set up or how I do my live streams and hopefully break it down to a place where you don't feel as intimidated. And of course, if you have any questions, I'm going to go back to this one. And of course, if you have any questions about the gear that I use, live stream, or even the playlist that I have, I'll just let you know right now, you can leave a question in the comment section and everything that I will be talking about, I have created a playlist on my shop page. So if you go to this link right here down below, Amazon.com/shop/Nicki Sun. I have created and curated specific lists on my live stream setup, my filmmaking gear, my mobile content creation, basically my Amazon faves, even my desktop favorites, all on Amazon. And again, if you purchase through my link, you will help support my channel at no additional cost to you. I'm able to do this overlay, for instance, and for instance, this, let me take this off, these overlays because of the YOLObox Pro. Now, with the YOLObox Pro, I don't need to hook up even a computer monitor to it. The YOLObox Pro has a built-in monitor, so that is super, super awesome. And while I'm going to my iPad again, I'm noticing I have, again, some amazing friends in here. Oh, Gwen, shout out to Gwen. Aaron says, such a good deal on the YOLObox Pro right now. I know. This is the lowest I've ever seen the YOLObox Pro. And just letting you all know too, the YOLObox Pro, it has 3 full HDMI inputs. That means I can have up to 3 cameras with HDMI to HDMI inputs, and that's incredible. So right now I have my Lumix GH5 Mark II in my HDMI slot 1, and then my slot 2, I have this camera right over here. That is my GH4. So yes, I'm able to sync up different kinds of cameras to the YOLObox, and that leaves HDMI input 3 empty, so I can add another camera if I wanted to. So if you, for instance, wanted to do a live interview, for instance, on a live stream, you can have camera A, camera B on 2 different people. You can also do a widescreen. So if you wanted to do a full-on live stream interview, you have, you know, person A, person B, and then you have a wide shot, and you can switch as a one-person band even while you're being interviewed. I mean, I will do that. Even if I was the host and asking questions, I could truly switch between this camera and the other on my own without having to rely on a full-on production team, which is super, super nice. However, YOLObox also has 2 other versions that are also on a Black Friday Cyber Monday deal right now. So let's say maybe you don't need 3 full HDMI cameras. Maybe you only need 2. You can get the YOLObox without the Pro. And then also maybe if you only want to use 1 camera, let's just say this is the only camera you want to use. You don't need to worry about overheads or like a second camera. If you only want to try with 1, there is the YOLObox Mini. So check those out. Again, I want to be transparent. I'm utilizing the YOLObox Pro, which has the full Monty, the 3 full HDMI camera inputs. So that's the one I have in my carousel. However, if you click through it and you're interested in testing out the one with 2 HDMI ports or 1 HDMI port, they have those as well. Yes, hi Nelson, Johnny, what's up? It's so good to see you all in this section. Yes, and if you are tuning in from Facebook and YouTube, hello, hello. Again, this is another feature of the YOLObox Pro. With the YOLObox Pro, as we all know, with different encoders such as the Blackmagic A10 Mini, that doesn't have a monitor. So you'd have to hook up a monitor in order to see what's streaming, right? And then you also have Stream Deck, which again is an encoder without the monitor. So there are some benefits to utilizing the YOLObox Pro encoder over the other encoders. It really just depends on what you need for your live stream. So this has been an all-in-one. And I will say with multiple streaming devices, if you want to start out, you can always use OBS, which is a free broadcast software. I'll link it in my blog. So if you don't know, I also have a blog, TechNickiSpeaking.com, and I put everything about live streaming, filmmaking, technology, specifically for content creators on that blog. So again, if you're also looking for holiday gift guides during this time right now, you can go on my blog as well. But for now, I will say, most encoders, sometimes you get maybe 1 platform to stream to. With the YOLObox, you get up to 3 platforms to stream to for free as of right now. You can also sign up for YOLOcast, and right now they have a 50% off deal where it is a cloud-based app where you're able to stream to basically any platform you want. I will say, however, most places charge you per channel or additional monthly subscription in order to stream to multiple places all at once. The YOLObox does not. So that is one thing that is truly taking the live streaming world by storm, I feel, in terms of the value. Not only is the YOLObox Pro an all-in-one encoder recorder, I can go live straight from this box. I don't need to attach additional monitors or even a hyperdeck, for instance, to upload pre-roll, I can put everything on an SD card, put it in my YOLO box, and I'm able to pull it up. So at the beginning of the show, you notice that I had a countdown. I also had a 1-minute sizzle reel of what I do here on TechNicki Speaking. I literally pulled that, and it's been sitting and living on my SD card for my YOLO box, and I've been able to really create a whole full-on production. And because YOLO box allows me to stream up to 3 platforms for free, that's why I'm like, well, if I'm going on Amazon, I might as well include YouTube and Facebook. Now they have built-in platforms like the popular platforms. There's also Twitch. However, you're able to input any custom RTMP URL. So RTMP, for those of you who don't know, is real-time messaging protocol. So Amazon is an RTMP. I can't just pull up Amazon as an app on YOLO box. I'd have to find my server URL, my username, and my passcode in order to activate Amazon. But you just have to do it once. Once you input your Amazon RTMP code once, it'll be able to recognize, and I'll be able to toggle on and off where I want to go live. So that's really, really cool. Again, if you have any questions on what I'm talking about, please drop them in the chat, but I'm gonna keep moving on. Now, so that is my main thing. And for those of you who have been to my former live streams before, you'll know that I've talked a lot about the YOLO Box Pro more in depth. I also have my overhead camera so you can see exactly what it looks like on my end. But I want to show you my entire live stream. Again, I was saying, pull back on the curtain, shall I say. So if you're also getting into live streaming for the first time, in which I also recommend the HDMI video capture card. Again, I have tons of videos on that on my YouTube channel right here, TechNicki Speaking. So if you haven't followed, please go follow me on YouTube as well. I have a whole video tutorial on the quality of these HDMI video capture cards, in addition to how to set it up. So if you're just getting into live stream, let's say you have a professional mirrorless or DSLR camera and you want to upgrade your whole live stream setup, instead of just using the built-in webcam in your PC or MacBook, you're able to connect any camera via this HDMI card. And this is a lot better budget-friendly investment if you're just starting to get into it. As you can tell in the carousel, you saw how much the YOLO Box Pro encoder was, but that does everything. So if you're just getting your feet wet and you don't know if you can commit to something as what I'm utilizing to run my whole operation every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m., a shameless plug, join me live, TechNicki Speaking, I would try looking into the HDMI video capture card. This is exactly what I utilized when I first started live streaming, paired with the free OBS software. You can literally type in OBS software on the interwebs. You can download it for your Windows or your Mac, and then you'll be able to have access to your high quality video camera and live stream just like I have. And then on OBS, you get to input your custom RTMP for Amazon there. So if you're also an Amazon live streamer, this was kind of like the first way to get into live streaming and helping the world understand RTMP and live streaming. So again, if you want a little bit more of a budget-friendly entering live streaming and you're live streaming on Amazon, check out OBS, download OBS online for free. Then get one of these video HDMI capture cards. And as you can see, there's a full HDMI. Let me do this as beauty bloggers do. But there is a full HDMI right here. So this is exactly what sits in my YOLO Box Pro. I have 3 of these in my YOLO Box Pro. So instead of utilizing this USB-A, you just put it in your thumb drive in order to connect the cameras. That might be a lot shooting out of an encoder, right? And also because it's a little thick, it takes up space in between. However, if you want to just try one camera first, this is the cheapest and most affordable way to get started live streaming today. So yes, again, if you're interested in live streaming, and you need some help, let me help you. It's also on my YouTube channel. I have a whole video on how to set this up to your camera and any USB-A will work, and any full HDMI will work. Now you need a couple of things in order to also make this work, right? So let's just say, for instance, my Lumix GH5 Mark II is a full HDMI out. My Lumix GH4 is a micro HDMI out. So you just have to make sure you get the right cord when you connect your camera to this HDMI port right here. So right now I have a micro HDMI to a full HDMI for my GH4, and then I have a full HDMI to a full HDMI for my GH5 Mark II. Now, if that just came out as gibberish, I'm trying to do like an example, but the one that I have listed in my carousel, the 4K HDMI cable, which is, you can get multiple footage. You can get a 1 foot, a 6 foot, a 10-foot cable. So it just really depends on how far you plan to be. Because I like to be hooked up to my wires, I'll show you, like right here. This is my HDMI cord. I don't know if you can see that right here, but this is my full HDMI cord to my full HDMI cord right here. But I'm able to plug it into the side of my camera and into my YOLO box. That is how I'm connecting my GH5 Mark II to my YOLO box. Now, it's a little different for my GH4 because I am going to show you how to take one of your cameras and create a wireless video signal on Livestream. So let me go back to here. And that is the cords. I already talked about the PepperTech digital PK1s. Oh, and okay, so I talked about that one, and then the one that I have specifically for my GH4. So for instance, if you have the same cameras, this is great to know. But if you have the same camera like GH4, it's not a full HDMI out. The first time it became a full HDMI out, I believe, was the GH5 Mark II, but don't quote me on that. But the GH4 did not have full HDMI, so I needed to get a very specific cord. So the one I have in my carousel right now are for those of you who have point and shoot cameras or mirrorless cameras that maybe don't have a full HDMI out, but you do have a micro HDMI. So that is the cord that I use. So again, if you're trying to be budget friendly or even not budget friendly, or take it to the next level, you can start all the way from free software and a really cheap HDMI video capture card that streams up to 1080p. And again, if you're doing Amazon, a little caveat here, Amazon only allows you to stream at a max of 720p resolution at a 2800 megabit per second, kilobytes per second. So there are some limitations. So that is the one thing. I cannot stream at 1080 on YouTube and Facebook at the same time that I'm streaming at the max of 720p on Amazon. So that just means everything is going to be 720p. But there you go. And oh, what's up, Richard? It's all really cool to see you. Shout out to Richard. Thanks for saying hi in the chat. Again, if you're just tuning in, make sure you press follow, by the way. All of today's proceeds, anything that you purchase through my links, all the commissions are going to the Asian American Donor Program, which is the nonprofit organization of my choice, dedicated to saving lives of those with blood cell diseases such as leukemia, and increasing more registrants within the multi-ethnic community on the National Bone Marrow Registry Program. They're a nonprofit that's very near and dear to my heart. And so today, in honor of Giving Tuesdays, as I go live every Tuesday from 7 to 8, I figured why not just donate all my proceeds? And if, for instance, donating or just purchasing is not your steez, I would just appreciate it if you just read up on AADP and the Asian American Donor Program, or how you can possibly save a life by joining the Bone Marrow Registry today. And if you want to donate directly to the Asian American Donor Program, I have the fundraiser both on my TechNicki Speaking and also my Nicki Sun Instagram. So again, I'm able to do all these overlays thanks to YOLObox Pro. But if you are wanting to donate directly, because what I'm going to do is all the proceeds that I generate commissions wise from this stream, I'll just add it to the same fundraiser. So my goal is trying to raise $1,000, because I was like, oh, they suggested 100, but I'm like, I think we can do 100. But like for 1,000, like it's great. So if you want to donate beyond just commission, which is like less than 2% per thing sold, really appreciate it if you help donate directly if you have Instagram on either Nicki Sun or TechNicki Speaking. And all that money accumulated will be sent directly, tax-free, tax write-off to ADP, and I don't have to like do anything in between. Like I don't have to write a check and send it. All the proceeds will go directly to ADP. So again, if you want to donate directly after today's stream, check it out on my Instagram page, Nicki Sun, or my tech page, TechNicki Speaking. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty. I know Aaron says, tell Amazon to give us 1080p. I am trying. First of all, I'm just trying to tell Amazon to allow live streaming for Android users. I'm an Android user. This is my Samsung. I love my Samsung. It reminds me of that TikTok. I love my Samsung. I love my Samsung. But how I'm able to do it is because I am borrowing or utilizing the iOS app off of a very, very old iPad that I was utilizing for UX and UI interviews like 2 years ago. But that is what that is. But yeah, so that is that. And then I wanted to share with you a couple of things beyond just the cameras that you might need in order to get the live stream going. So there are these by Small Rig. I love these, by the way. So these are my favorite. They are the ultra thin HDMI cables, and I bought two, so I'm able to show you one right now. But the one that I have listed in my carousel is truly and literally my favorite one, because not only is it thin, but I have also designated the short one. I believe this is 1.5 feet. So what this is this will allow me to connect things such as a transmitter for my Axune wireless video transmission to my camera and not have all this cord. I mean, if you have a long cord and you want to use it universally, by all means go for it, but then you might want like a little Velcro strap or even like a zip tie to make sure those cables can come in as such. So I can show you right now. This is my setup right now, and cable management is super important to not go crazy. But this is what it looks like behind the scenes right now, and this is all it takes to make this stream go live. But these full HDMIs will allow you to attach monitors, your wireless transmitter right on top of your camera without having too much like length attached. I'm like, I can't speak today, but that is what this is for. So these are actually really, really awesome. Oh, shout out. Hello to Alexis and Social Life. It's really cool to see all the new folks also comments. So that's a cool thing too. YOLObox Pro allows you to streamline the comments that you get from YouTube and Facebook into one area. So I don't have to, again, YOLObox, you don't need a monitor. So everything that I'm seeing that's live, I can see on the display of my YOLObox. Let me switch here again. So my YOLObox here, I can see everything, including all the comments from everything else. Again, I really want to tell YOLObox to start incorporating comments from Amazon so I can completely rely on just the YOLObox Pro to showcase all the comments, not just from Facebook and YouTube or Twitch, but also Amazon, because that is what I personally utilize it for. But yes, and the thin HDMI cables are the freaking best, as Aaron has backed me up on. Okay, now the tripod ball head by Ulanzi. This one is my favorite. It is this one right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like this. You know what? Let me shine a light. Shine a light, shine a light. Let me do this. So there's my little light. But this right here, where my camera is sitting on, is the Ulanzi. It is one of my favorite tripod ball head mounts. So for instance, right now, this is on my standing desk, and this 4-in-1 floating arm system happens to make everything in my live stream work. But if I am wanting to be 100% content, okay, here's the thing. I'm a host and a content creator. And not only do I go live, I don't want to keep my setup like this all the time, or maybe I do. Sometimes I want to film TikToks or vertical footage on this stream, right? So what I can do is with the ball head, I'm able to switch the camera and I can hang it at a 90-degree angle So now I can keep it in the same place. I have the background that I want. I can move up and down, and then I'm able to get the same area and not have to take off my camera to just switch up from horizontal to vertical. So you'll notice that, a lot of tripods, they don't have the ball mount, so you have to take everything apart or you need an L bracket. But this Ulanzi tripod ball head mount has allowed me not only to have a quick release plate for my camera, so when I do shoot outside and bring my gear outside of my studio, I'm able to just strike it down, leave it here. I have the quick release plate here that doesn't allow me to swivel the camera 360 until it all comes off. We all know the thing when you don't have like a quick release plate. You have to keep swirling and swirling. But this has saved me so much time. And not only can I do a quick release plate on the Ulanzi, hang my horizontal footage to a vertical when I want to shoot TikToks and Instagram Reels at the same area. There is also a shoe mount on the side that allows me to connect something such as like my wireless transmitter or receiver right here. And if I wanted to, for instance, just get the audio straight, I could put a boom mic here. So it allows me to also attach additional accessories, just very much like Aaron has added for the yellow box, the cage, 6 shoe mounts. So it allows you to attach so much more instead of just taking up space. And initially why I had this entire area was because I wanted to create the ultimate content creator / live streaming setup. Not only if I'm live streaming, but if I wanted to move my area from one room to the other, maybe I'm cooking in the kitchen. I wanted to be able to create the ultimate live stream and content creator desk setup. So this is the part where I have switched my entire setup today to get you the second angle for this reason. So let me see if I can do this. All right, I'm gonna move my chair over here. Before I go talk about my favorite floating arm system that makes this entire content creation setup work and look so organized, cable free, management. Right now, this is the only thing that's like not in it, but I want to show you the desk that I have because you can see it go up and down. So the Apex Desk Elite Series, this is the specific standing desk I have. Ultimately, there are so many more standing desks out there, but this is why I recommend a sit-stand desk that's electronic and also paired with this floating arm system. Are you ready? So I've programmed this is totally when I'm standing for my live streams. However, like I can't stand all the time, and maybe I do want to break, but sometimes editing videos is a little bit tiring when you're standing all the time. So I can program this to go down. You'll get to see my basketball shorts, but this is now going down. And then what I'll do is just drag my chair over. Oops, I'm a little low. Let me bring myself up. But yeah, I have it right here, obviously, but I will say if I were to switch back here, because my camera was on the Ulanzi ball head tripod mount, it moves with the desk as it sits and stands. I don't have to readjust the height of my tripod anymore because my camera is now attached to the 4-in-1 floating system. It allows me to keep the camera where it's supposed to be at all times. So here, this is where it is again. I'm gonna bring it up to a 2 so you can just see it going up and down. But now you can see it's moving up, and I'll get up at the same time. But it's truly a really awesome system to go from sit to stand and keeping your camera at the same focal point. It's just truly awesome. I love coming to work every day where I can just go outside into my living room, and it does feel like a whole different setup for my content creation. It makes creating content so much more fun and so much more easy. Yes, use to monitor at the same time. So the cool thing as well, what I have in my carousel is beyond this desk. So here's the desk, this whole area. And the great thing is you can get it in 60 inches or 72. I got it in the 60 inch 5 feet because it's the same as what I've had before. I don't really have the biggest living room, so I like being able to shoot this way, like in my little alleyway. But you can get this desk in different colors. I just chose white because when I'm creating content and I am switching to my overhead angle, a lot of my gear happens to be black. So I wanted to have that contrast stand out when I'm filming and shooting from my overhead. So that is the reason why I chose white. But there's like mahogany, there's brown, there's black. Also be mindful that if you do have like a all black or desk, that if you are using light directly attaching through a shoe mount on your camera, it will create a little light burst on your camera. So if you don't want that, that's another reason to steer clear from black. But if you're willing to light your setup every time you shoot content overhead on a black table, by all means go for it. But that's just, you know, a little tip that I've learned in the years I've been shooting, that, you know, if you want to shoot fast and shoot easy, make it work for you so you can enjoy the process at the same time. All right, so that is the desk. Now, the one thing that I would highly recommend with a standing desk, and you may have a different standing desk yourself, but the Apex desk has these heavy duty 2-inch wheels that help you lock your standing desk in place, but also allows you to move it. So I'm very fortunate to have a hardwood floor, so it allows me to move it from one end of the room to the other if I wanted to. The cable management tray for the standing desk allows me to hide my wires and just unplug it from an electric outlet and move my entire unit from one end to the other. So the reason why I wanted the standing desk in the middle of my living room is because if I was tired of this background, for instance, I could switch my camera, again utilizing the Ulanzi ball head mount, I could switch my camera fully around and then turn my lights to face the back wall, and then now I have a different setup for my content creation without having to do a lot, because again, I will always be this height unless I wear heels or, you know, whatever, but everything can move with the desk no matter if I'm sitting or standing or decide to move it on the other side. But highly recommend wheels, because the standing desk, first of all, is super heavy, so help yourself by adding wheels to the bottom so you're not needing multiple people to help you lift it, because it's truly heavy. At least the Apex desk that I received was super heavy. And then the Apex single monitor is great for all of those of you who are wanting to also attach monitors to a floating area. So right now you can see my desk is pretty barren, I would say. I've tried to make everything wireless, so I don't really like as much cables on my desk, but it allows me, the floating arm system and the monitor, to float, so I don't have anything on the desk taking up more space. So right now the monitor that I have, which is my LG ultra wide monitor, it's in my carousel as well, is attached to my standing desk and moves up and down with my desk at the right height, and it's attached through the Apex single monitor arm. There are dual monitor arms. The only reason why I didn't get it is because I wanted to put the camera right in the middle, and the dual arm for the monitors kind of needs to be at the center of your desk. And when you're at the center, it doesn't really allow for much room for the camera to be in the middle. So, and I don't have two monitors anyways. I do have my MacBook on one end and my monitor on the other, so I'll show you what it looks like. But all I needed was a single arm monitor, but it's been heavy duty, because the last thing you want is when you're adjusting the height on your monitors for your monitor to just fall off the table. So I have a pretty heavy duty single arm monitor that clamps onto my standing desk, and it has been able to move up and down for the last year that I've been utilizing this entire setup. So yeah, that is that part. Now for what I want to show you now is this Accsoon Cine Eye 2S Pro. Now, I'm going to try my best to bring it over without losing the connection, but this is what it is. I have it hooked up to my YOLO box via an HDMI cord, that small rig one that I showed you. So it's kind of short, so I'm just trying to like spin it around. But this is the Accsoon. There are so many other ones, like there's a Hollyland Tech, there's a couple of other video transmitters, but what I ultimately wanted to show you with this is how it works in theory, right? So all the cords that I was able to share with you are in my carousel, but this video transmitter, let's say for instance, you wanted to take your live stream outside, and maybe you have like an outside correspondent. Me as a all-in-one video production host, I do everything in here, but let's say for instance, I wanted to send somebody from my tech channel outside and I wanted to feed the footage into here. I actually don't need to be connected via like through a wired HDMI cord. What I would do is I would attach the receiving with the receiver to the YOLO box, and then I attach the transmitter to the GH4. And in order to be able to go completely roaming free, the Accsoon Cine Eye 2S Pro allows me to have up to like 3 football stadiums length of transmission signals. So I could literally be on the opposite side of a football stadium collecting footage that I can stream right to the YOLO box. And just to prove to you that I have the wireless, I am going to take my GH4, which is connected to my Accsoon, which is on top of my camera, off, and just show you the rest of my setup. Okay? And actually, because it is the Accsoon, I do want to share with you a little bit of my computer setup. So really quickly, let me bring this over. It's so cool. I am able to just swing my computer on this floating arm system. So let's go to this floating arm system, which I'm about to share with you, and how I get everything up. This is like so worth it, y'all, because this really, I loved it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Vizon Selfie Desktop Floating Arm System, the one I've been talking about like for the last, I don't know, hour. I'm going to move this Accsoon to the side so you can see it. This is what my camera A looks here. But now if we look at camera 2, I have attached my Accsoon wireless transmitter signal here so I can be able to move it. All right? Okay, so this is the Vizon Selfie. And also you're able to hear me because I am wirelessly connected through audio with my Ceramonic Blink 500B to the audio kit. So I'll talk about that too. But all right, here we go. So you don't see me now, but I'll be able to, hello, I'm right here. Take this off. There we go. Let me move this out. And then now I'll be able to show you what this is through here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so can you all see that? Can you see that? All right, cool. All right, hey guys. So this is like what you're seeing right now on this YOLO box. I realize I can do that right now. This is how I have it. This is exactly what it looks like from my point of view. This is my monitor on my single arm. There is my Joby GripTight 2 Pro with my Aperture MC light. I didn't charge it, so what it's doing is it's connected to my cart, which is my electric cart. I call it my battery cart. And then I have this floating arm, so I can actually show you now. So this is that Ulanzi ball head mount that I have. As you can see, I can put like things here for my light, my sources. This is the ball head mount that allows it to go vertical. This is my full HDMI cord that is connected right here to this one. Here is the YOLO Box Pro that I have right here. You can totally see what I'm seeing right here in the monitor. But if I switched it to HDMI, hi guys, how are you? Hi. That'd be a cute little thumbnail later. But I'm gonna do HDMI 2 so you can continue seeing what this camera sees. Again, I'm able to go live. Oh, let me go here. Again, I'm able to go completely video wireless because I have the Axoon. Now these are huge. They're getting smaller and smaller, but this is the one I have right now that is truly heavy duty. I don't think you need something this crazy big for an at-home live streaming studio, but this is the one I currently have right now and am testing. But yeah, as you can see, I have an NPF battery, so the same batteries that you would utilize for any standard Sony or also for your small HD on-camera monitors. The same batteries are the same batteries used to power these video transmitters. Oh, let me show you what this one looks like. So this is the transmitter over here. It's transmitting signal from my camera. As you can tell, this is like a pretty long cable. I did not get a small micro HDMI to a full HDMI. My small rig only is the full HDMI to a full HDMI, and because this is my GH4 camera, it doesn't have a full HDMI. So I'm able to connect the micro HDMI cord to the transmitter on the Axoon right here. Okay, and then when I'm able to do that, this transmits, and I have ability to put it on any channel that I want, but you just have to make sure that the channels for the receiver is the same as the transmitter, otherwise it's not going to transmit appropriate signals. And here is what the receiving end looks like. So this is the receiver. So this is my Axoon. Just going to, oh, I put it on manual focus. So let me just focus here. Yeah. There we go. So I have this right here, and it's really cool because everything that I do on the camera, you'll be able to see what I'm doing over there. But this is like the channel for that. And if I pull out over here, I'm going to put it back on autofocus so I can focus on this. But this is literally the receiving end. So I have that small full HDMI to full HDMI cord in my second input for my HDMI into the receiver, and then the transmitter is the one on this camera right here. But this is how I'm able to get it wirelessly. So now let me talk about the Viazon. All right, so here we go. This is the 4-in-1 floating arm system. Okay, so 4-in-1 meaning here's one arm, here's another arm, here's another arm, and then here's another arm in the back. So this 4-in-1 system can truly just clamp on the back of my table like this, like so. This is a very nice high quality of the stand because it doesn't move anywhere, right? And then I'm able to have cables. I love it. There's this cable management system. You can really see how messy my place is, but this is a cable management system, so it allows you to keep the wires taut and allows you to like not worry about the wires falling everywhere. So that's what I love about it. So this 4-in-1 system gave me everything that I needed to set up my live stream. I chose to put the laptop plate at the bottom because look, I can do this. All right. And I can bring it closer. I can bring it further. You know, I can switch to this camera if I want to use my webcam instead of this main cam, but why would I? But at least I have two different angles this way. It's floating, so I'm able to put my papers here, all of that stuff here. I connected it with the Kingston USB hub that allows me to run my other HDMI, so I have this as my screen. You can kind of see the lag over here, but hello to all of you all in the comments right now. This is what I see that I pull up just in case. However, I don't really need all that because everything's in my monitor on my YOLO box. And then I have not only this camera, but technically I would be putting the camera that I have right now up here, but I'm utilizing it right now. But this is my overhead camera. And then for my fourth one, I have a boom mic. So when I am recording my content without live streaming and I want quality audio and I don't want to wear a lav mic, so I just put like this boom mic here. and it allows me to get audio into here without having to set up a separate audio source because I can run it through my HDMI cord. So this is truly my favorite 4-in-1 floating arm system. I've had this for over a year. And again, let's just do this again because I have the Apex desk right here. I have it on a set, so let's go down to 1. But see, as my desk goes down, my 4-in-1 floating arm system just stays there. So it's truly awesome. Now I'm gonna bring it back up here. As I'm bringing it up. There it goes. I truly feel like I have magic powers when I do this. So really, really love this. Yeah, but there we go. So that is that. I'm gonna put it back unless you wanted to see anything else in particular with this act soon. But let me float this back. I don't want to show you my back part right now, so let me just put it over here and I'll be back really, really quick. So I'm putting it on here, over here, put it back in its slot. All right, and then we go here. Perfect. Okay, nice. So I'm back. And at the same time, this angle is back now too, because all I did was I just traveled my GH4 all the way back to my tripod, and now it's back. So wasn't that cool? If you liked my demonstration, please smash that star button. Again, I don't know exactly what it does, but I'm pretty sure it lets other people know that this is a live stream worth watching. And with so many live streamers on this channel, I just hope to bring value and provide value when it comes to anything in the content creation, live streaming, production, filmmaking world. That's what exactly I focus on. Every now and then I'll talk about my favorite finds, because as an on-camera host, I also have to help myself be a little more presentable. So I have makeup and beauty finds as well, but this is truly a tech show. So again, if you want to learn anything else outside of tech, please leave it in the comments. And yeah, oh, okay, so the lighting. A lot of you have asked me about the lighting as well. So what I'm gonna do as I'm taking a look at the time, because again, I do stream every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And today's stream specifically, all the proceeds from anything sold through these links, the commission will be donated to my favorite nonprofit organization of choice, the Asian American Donor Program, which helps save the lives of those in need and patients who are needing to find a bone marrow or stem cell match in order to save their life. So we're talking about leukemia, cancer patients, and the last thing that you can do to save that life is by becoming a stem cell or bone marrow transplant donor. However, not everybody gets that lotto. I've been on the registry since 2005, y'all, and I still have not been called because I have not been a match. So just because you're on the registry doesn't mean you're automatically going to be giving your bone marrow or stem cell to a patient in need. It's sometimes you're not going to be a match. And that's why it's so critical to get those who are of multi-ethnic backgrounds to get on the registry, or at least be aware of it, because it's based on your HLA markers, which has highly to do with everything in your background and your DNA. So just shed some light, because not only is it Giving Tuesday, I just want to give more information and knowledge. And if we can boost the registry, we won't have so many people searching, families desperately seeking a match for their child or their parents or their grandparents or their son or daughter. So just really want to amplify that on this Giving Tuesday, while also hopefully giving you some knowledge and insight of my background as a live streamer and a tech host, to hopefully you can create streams too and create your own nonprofit live streams. So this is a whole stream about giving back and also just paying it forward and having more streams that show more kind content in this world. So I want to thank you all, especially for joining me this Giving Tuesday on my specific live stream. And I hope to see you back every Tuesday. So don't forget to hit follow. And if you're new here, please definitely hit follow. I love a follow. And all my full videos on how to set up anything I talked about today or in progress is going to be on my YouTube channel, TechNicki Speaking. And again, it's a play off of the pun technically speaking. So if you're into dad jokes too, we do a lot of that on this channel. Alrighty. So the last thing I want to talk about in this live stream, while I have you all here and while I have these amazing cameras, this camera A and also this camera B, I wanted to talk to you about how I light my studio. Now, this can be however you want to be. I'm not saying this is the right way or the only way, but I do want to share with you some main pieces that I have in my studio setup that allows me to be lit like so. So the first one, again, and also on a Cyber Monday and Black Friday specials were these specific pieces from Aperture. So the Aperture lantern is the one that I have right here on this side. And it's this huge lantern connected to my Aperture 120D. But I will say this allows me to brighten the room like with the even softbox lighting. The only thing right now is I have it at literally 38%. It's not even at full 100%. And no worries about that. That is during their Black Friday Cyber Monday deal, it was just truly awesome to see how you can really just upgrade your live stream, not only with audio, but with lighting. So video is one thing, okay? But if you want to up your live stream, I really would like to encourage you to invest in better audio or also better lighting, because if you have everything like that down, all your videos, no matter if you're shooting on an iPhone or a smartphone or a point and shoot, anything, or even a webcam, you can make a webcam quality look amazing as long as you have great lighting and great audio. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, I need to get all these things in order to stream like you or to create it like you. There are some tips and tricks which we talk about on my show every Tuesday, so make sure you come back and again check out my YouTube channel if you want to learn how to do everything that I'm doing for your specific channel, because new year, new you, let's get you boosted. All right, so that's the Aperture lantern softbox. It's really nice because it's travel friendly as well. So the lantern is a modifier, and the modifier allows me to soften the light. So without the modifier, it's gonna be just straight up bright light, you know? So the diffusion and the lantern allows me to have more studio photo shoot soft lighting. That way you can see everything on my face, but hopefully it's a little bit more of a softer look than a very harsh look. So that is the Aperture. And then on the right side of me, I have the Aperture Light Dome Mini. So we talked about the lantern on the left side. I have the Aperture Light Dome Mini 2 on my right side. It's more of a grid. It's also a modifier too. So right now I'm just playing with two different kinds of modifiers, two different kinds of light. But I will say, out of everything, and if you're looking for a studio light that's a little bit more on the budget friendly side, that is quality, studio quality, I highly recommend the Amaran, which is a subsidiary or sister company of Aperture. So again, shout out to the folks at Aperture. They're an amazing team. They've helped me so much in my filmmaking journey. They let me borrow lights for my short films. They're just constantly supporting me, and they've lit my entire studio here. So they have various lights, but I will say the coolest one to me is the Amaran 100D. And again, if you're new to this live stream, I just always have to do an example, because if this is your first time upon my channel, I'd rather show you now than catch you later. So again, with the Sidus Link app, I'm going to go right here. The Sidus Link app is a free app. You can download it on your Android or your iPhone. I have created a specific preset called Amazon Livestream. Let's say, for instance, you want to create a horror scene. So your shout out, I just finished the entire series Wednesday on Netflix. How many of you have seen this series? Jenna Ortega kills it. I remember her. She played the young Jane in Jane the Virgin on CW, and she was the star in The Fallout, which unfortunately is a film based on school shootings. But her acting, like literally, I'm just so happy she's having her moment right now. But we can talk about horror movies from Wednesday. All right, so let's create some kind of horror scene in a way. So I've connected my Aperture MC light and my Amaran 100D. Again, this is my favorite studio light at a budget compared to like all the other lights that Aperture has that does literally almost the same thing. The Amaran is really, really wonderful. So again, when you're doing filmmaking, you don't have the ability sometimes to go behind your camera to check everything unless you record something and then you go back and check it, right? So let's just say like, I don't know how well lit I am. If I go offside to the camera, I'm not gonna know in real life time. So with this app, I'm able to just stay here and then I'm able to adjust the lighting like that. So you can see how it went down, but I bring up the light, and that's truly through Bluetooth. The Sidus app is connected. So right now my Lightstorm, not Lightstorm, well I guess it is Lightstorm, my LS 120D did not have it. You need to get the Sidus bridge in order to do that, but I haven't really done that myself. These Amaran 100D lights already come built in with Sidus Bluetooth enabled, so I'm able to just open the app, sync this light to my phone, and all of a sudden I'm able to just control it. And then I also have cool lighting effects as well. This one is not RGB, so it doesn't have like different colors, but it does have different Kelvin temperatures as well. So we can do the effects. The effects are the coolest part about this. So again, when you have something like the Sidus app, you're able to control it. So let's do something like Wednesday, Addams Family. Maybe, again, I love the lightning one. There's faulty bulbs, but let's do lightning. So clicking lightning, again, I did not step away from my camera. Pressing play, all of a sudden, I have lightning. All right, and I can also adjust the intensity and the frequency. So let's have more lightning. All right, so, oh, now it's a lot. The frequency is like 8, right? So it's like the trigger. It's just so much lightning right now. We can also have a faulty bulb, which is like, you can totally see the faulty bulb. Let's do a couple of high frequencies. Let's do a little low. And then when I'm like walking in the dark staircases of Wednesday, in these dark rooms, obviously music adds a lot to the tension and the buildup of how your emotions are feeling when you're watching Netflix shows like this. But honestly, you can do the same lighting effects with a touch of your hand and your Bluetooth. And it's crazy how much lights have become more and more accessible and more affordable for the content creation and filmmaking community. But yeah, so I'm just going to pause it there, and I'm apologize in advance to anybody if that triggered any epilepsy. Should have came with a warning, so I apologize. But I'm going to bring this down to the light as it is. So 22.4%. This is 22%. Okay, this lighting right here is just 22%. Not even 100. If it was 100, it'd be completely blown out. I'll just show you, but I'm just blown out, right? So I love that I can control the intensity of my light just with my hand and my finger. So so this is exactly what I love about this. All right, and that's what it is. And then the Aperture MC light, again, one of my favorite lights ever. It is the one that I have right here right now. Actually, I think it's pretty charged now, so I can take off the cord here. But here we go. This is like, again, my wide angle. You can see the light, right? But I'm gonna do this. And then yeah, the MC light also works here as well. So if I were to sync it up on the app, like let's say maybe this is like too bright for my face, I can again use this to bring down the light. Excuse me. And then I could bring this up. But the cool thing about the MC light again is that it is RGB color source. So I can change it to red lighting, right? I can like go use this color wheel to change this light to anything. So if you want a pop of color, it's always nice to have a little pop of color. Let's say like I want like a green, you know, or I can have a gel and I can create full CTB. I can create daylight. I can create tungsten. I can do daylight. And then the cool thing is my color picker. So when you type in color picker, you can pick up any color through your app and the light will change to that color. So I just love this. Let's go pick, let's turn this color right here into the same color as my wall. So I'm gonna use color picker. I'm gonna pick it up. Let's do boom. And all of a sudden, this light is now the same color as my wall. Isn't that cool? Again, let's do it again because it's like one of my favorite things here. Let's try a different color. Let's pick up this, let me go here. Let's pick up this YOLO box color, all right? It's red. So let's pick up this YOLO box color and picked up. And then all of a sudden, boom, it is red. Oh my goodness. Isn't that cool? It's like magic tech with magic. And I just want to shout out some folks in here too. I just realized, you know, if you're coming here for the first time, this is Giving Tuesday. This is a live stream for charity and nonprofit for the Asian American Donor Program. However, I live stream every Tuesday and I talk about technology, lifestyle, like gear for content creators, gear for those of you who are starting your own channel, and I hope to make it digestible and comprehensive as possible. And of course, I want it to be a fun place to learn. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate or don't feel shy in asking, because I absolutely love, you know, this kind of stuff. I literally started my YouTube channel at the beginning of Panorama without even knowing it would be, you know, a shutdown or a lockdown. And I just really wanted to connect with creators more on a more personal level. And I've always wanted to share the technology that I love with people in the best way possible. And when Amazon created these live streams where I didn't have to individually link gear to all my friends or the community that was asking me, what did you use for that? What did you use for that? I found a way to really combine my passion for education and sharing with the whole shebang. So now, again, if you just tuning into my live stream right now, all of the gear that I talk about are on special gear lists. So if you shop my gear on my page, again, disclaimer, anything that you purchase through my link supports my channel at no additional cost to you. But today's stream specifically is benefiting for Giving Tuesday, the Asian American Donor Program. So if you have come across my page and you're like, oh my gosh, I missed everything, don't worry, the live streams do restream. You can click on them again. The comments are all saved too, so I need to like check out the comments, by the way, because I've been talking for some time now. Oh my gosh. Corey says, I want to buy one of everything. Well, shout out to Corey. Richard, hit the like button on your mobile device and show Nikki your support and give her some likes. Richard, shout out to you. This is also Gratitude Tuesday, and I want to say thank you to Richard for coming into my live streams every Tuesday and like giving everyone the 411 on like what's up with the live stream. Adam, what's up? Hey, Nikki. Serene, amazing. Yes, I'd love to get a lot of likes here. You know what? It would really help me if y'all would follow, because then I could get on Amazon's radar to be an A-lister. And I need 2,000 follows to be an A-lister, which hopefully means when I go live, I get to be on the main page versus y'all have to find me. Amazon also needs a better search bar engine, because right now I can't even type my channel. Like, you have to literally like type the exact URL to find me. So hopefully that changes, but we'll love your guys' help in getting me to 2,000. It's truly hashtag journey to 2,000. We'll love your help in getting to A-list status, because right now I'm an insider status, which I have really awesome perks through the Amazon influencer program, but really would love to get to A-list so I can share more of my tech show with the world. So thank you very much. Aaron says, I like that you can like this as much as you want. Same. I really don't know what that means, but again, I hope that liking or hitting that star button again just brings the live stream closer to the main page, where, you know, when anybody's searching on Amazon.com or hits the live stream page, they can come across my live stream. That would be amazing. Oh, thank you, Taylor. Taylor started following. Appreciate you, Taylor. I truly do. Love, love, love. Sri says, don't be shy with them likes. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. Aaron says, we're all busy hitting hearts over here. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know that that would be amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Serene. I really appreciate you. Ooh, you got a really cool emoji next to your name. I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's the new heart button for mobile. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, Utechpia. Oh, shout out to David. Streamed for 3 years to get to A-list. So yeah, so really it's the journey, y'all. And I don't scare easily from the journey, so I just really appreciate it. I just enjoy this time right now because this is before things got cray, right? I always remember the people who are with me since the very beginning and who come to my live streams every Tuesday. It just makes it that much more sweet when you're on a journey with someone, and that comes with any social network. I've been on Vocal and Blog TV and all these new platforms when they first start out, and it's constantly like a little bit exhausting to continue like asking your current network to follow you on other networks. There's so many networks out there, and I also don't like, it's hard for me to ask people to follow and like my stuff all the time and like buy things. So at the end of the day, I just focus on creating content that hopefully provides value. And if you can find value in that and you think it's worthy of a share or a like or a follow or a comment, like everything truly means a lot to me, especially like sometimes creators can feel like they're doing content in vain. They're just like, who's watching, who's going to benefit from this? But again, when I launch new videos on my YouTube channel, for instance, I truly appreciate the first commenters that come in, swarm in, leave comments, you know, share what I'm sharing with the world. So really, really appreciate you all. I love it, love it, love it. Yes, so I mean, that was kind of all I wanted to talk about today in terms of my live stream. Again, I did go over 13 minutes of my usual time, but today was a special time. So unless anybody has any other questions, because I talked about the Logitech keyboard and mouse extensively in my last stream, as well as that newer photography dolly. I did get a lot of questions about my audio, so I will end on audio since it has been giving me the life. It has allowed me to communicate with you the entire stream. So I'm going to end on talking about the Saramonic Blink 500 B2. For those of you who've been following for a while, I feel like maybe I'm sponsored by Saramonic, but I will say a disclaimer, I am not. I'm actually interested in testing out other audio systems, but you will not believe the amount of wireless audio microphone system brands that reach out to me on a daily basis, and I'm like, I just need to stop because I don't need this many wireless audio devices just sitting around in my house. Serene says, question, can we end at 7K? Laugh out loud, almost there. How do you know? How do you know how many likes? Because I don't know if I don't know if I can see that. Like, how are you all need to educate me now. How are you all seeing what's this 5K, 7K thing? Like, I'm not quite sure how this works. Aw, Braylon. Oh, it's an Amazon app? That is cool. Aaron Parecki, yes, I agree. There's so many wireless mics now, it's ridiculous. I do really want to check out the DJI though mic, so word on the street is I might be able to test it out by the end of the year, so if I test it out, that'd be really, really cool. But, oh my gosh, Sareed, okay, we made it. All right. Again, I don't have the Amazon app. It's crazy as an Amazon influencer and live streamer because I have a Samsung. I have to I can't check it on my phone. So I have no idea what you guys are talking about when you say 5,000 or 7,000 likes. So Richard, you might have to be on that duty for my next stream as well to just let me know, because I really like it when we have a group goal. That is just so awesome. Thank you to you two for spearheading this situation. I really, really appreciate you. Aww. There is a count below the hearts. Nelson, what? Nelson just said there's a count below the hearts. Oh my gosh. Aww. 7.2 thousand likes. Oh my gosh. I just want to say thank you. Serene and Richard and every one of you who have been slamming and smashing that heart button. It still looks like a star on the desktop version, so I guess the app version is a little different. But we'll just say that. But since we already smashed records, I want to end on the ceremonic. So thank you, Aaron. I know the DJI is super cool, but whatever I'm using sounds great. So what it is YOLObox has unleashed a little bit more of an update where I'm able to slide it beyond the 0 decibels, which has been amazing because before it wasn't, and then my mic sounded super low. The Ceremonic Blink 500 B2 is the kit that I use and have been using for all my live stream sans, like when I want to do special like Tascam TM90s or like the HyperX Quadcast. But this is the one I like to use because, again, I'm able to move around freely and still be connected to audio. Now the receiver is connected into my YOLObox, so when I was switching between cameras, it didn't affect the audio because it wasn't sourcing it from that. So if you are going live stream and you're utilizing multiple cameras, I do recommend you plugging in the receiver for the audio straight to your YOLObox versus a camera. If you have to do a camera, that's totally fine, but just check the audio. And then when you do go live on audio or on YOLObox, notice that there's multiple channels of audio. So your HDMI 1 will also have audio because the camera has a mic. So you want to turn that off. Because if you leave that on and you leave a quality, like an external audio in, you're going to get an echo and you're going to get like this weird feedback. It's not going to sound crisp. It's not going to sound solid. So just remember when you do go live, all your inputs are also audio devices. So just make sure you turn that off in the background for this right here. So you just want to make sure you turn that off. And again, like I did not have my overhead camera today because I was utilizing it for my Axoon, which is my wireless video transmitter. And if you rewind in this live stream, if you're just coming in now, you can see exactly how I was able to take my camera off my tripod and show you a tour of everything on my desk when I was wireless. So that was that. And oh, I wanted to show you the case. So they're getting smaller and smaller. Like the DJI mics are getting really, really small. It's probably like half the size, and you also get the receiver. So right now the Ceremonic is, there's so many kits, right? This is the B2 kit, the most universal one. If you want quality audio with your phone or also your computer, your camera, your tablet, this is what you would utilize. The B2 kit has been the most universal, but if you don't have any devices that have USB-C, you may not find universal. But there's 2 transmitters, so this is great for when you're doing on-camera interviews and you don't want to sync audio and post later. If you want the audio to sync up with your video as you're going live, this is why you would do a wireless transmitter, because for me, getting and capturing quality sound, I don't utilize this system. I utilize the Tascam DR10L or the Tascam DR10X, these linear PCM kind of. They capture the audio on the device straight to a micro SD card, and then I usually just do a sound clap and then I sync it in post. So I have quality audio. I don't have to worry about any wireless transmission or signal frequencies that will make the audio kind of jittery, because sometimes there can be pops in audio when you are transmitting wirelessly. But again, you were able to hear me as I was going behind the camera and walking off the camera, down here, up there. It's like consistent audio because I'm able to just pull the audio straight from this wireless system. Again, there are so many more, but I do like the value that Ceremonic brings, because with the other competing brands, you have to technically pay twice the amount to get 2 transmitters versus the Ceremonic kit. It already has the 2-in-1. So if you're looking, depending again on what you're looking for, but this is exactly the audio system that I'm using. I haven't turned it all the way up as well. So just, you'll be able to do all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, thank you. Oh man, Plan B. Oh my gosh, I want a little cute emoji next to my name. How do I do that? Is that in the app too that I don't have? But Land B, happy streaming. Thank you. Aw. People want to make it to 10,000. Yep. Wow. I mean, how do y'all do that? How do y'all make it? I will say, I guess I've been streaming a little bit longer because my YC onion just popped off right there. It's kind of funny that it did that. Aw, Braylon, good job. Oh my gosh. Serene. For reals, you need sleep. Well, I appreciate you. Wow, 10.5 thousand. Well, whoever has access to that, if you all could screenshot that, whatever that number is, because I don't have access to that, but if you can screenshot me what you see on your mobile device and send it to me via my Instagram, slide in my DMs, send it to me, I would be so appreciative because I don't get to see what you're seeing. And I would love to add these numbers to whatever I have in the future, my portfolio, my kit, anything, to just hopefully prove to Amazon that I'm worthy of A-list status in the future. So thank you so much for joining me today on this Giving Tuesday. Thank you for allowing me to reach over 10,000 likes on this live stream. Really appreciate it. And I just want to say on this Giving Tuesday again that all the proceeds from anything purchased through the links today, plus anything on the Instagram shared pages. So if you're not comfortable purchasing anything on Amazon and you just wanted to give a quick $1, or like anything counts, anything is so appreciated. If you wanted to donate $1 or $5 or $10 directly to the AADP, I started a fundraiser on both my Instagram pages, my TechNicki Speaking and my Nicki Sun Instagram page. So if you want to give directly without purchasing anything on Amazon, feel free to donate directly there. Every single thing that you do is going to be tax deductible, write-off for charity, and it will go straight to AADP. And any proceeds that I generate from today's live stream, I will add that to the pot on the Instagram app because it allows me to directly give to AADP. And for those of you who are just tuning in, don't know anything about the AADP, you can go to aadp.org to learn how you can get involved in spreading awareness to increasing the bone marrow and stem cell registry so we can help save lives of those who are dealing with life-threatening diseases such as leukemia and other forms of rare cancer. But thank you so much for joining me today. I'm your host, Nicki Sun. Again, I go live every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'd love for you to join me there. Follow me on Instagram. And if you want to see how I set up any of my live streams in the future, make sure you go to my channel, my YouTube channel, TechNicki Speaking. Give me a subscribe button there as well. And check out some of the videos. I have anything from tutorials on how to do the lookalike challenge, to the wipe it down challenge on TikTok, to how to set up a live stream via a HDMI video capture card. So I would appreciate a subscribe there. And if you haven't followed on Amazon yet, please consider following me here right on Amazon. It's been a wonderful Giving Tuesday with you all. Thank you again. Shout out to everyone who left comments in the live stream, especially a huge shout out to Serene and Richard for this organization of getting me to over 11,000 likes on this stream. And again, please screenshot whatever you're seeing and send it to me. I'd really appreciate that. I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Continue giving with your hearts and kindness, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, bye.